Hello, and welcome to the setup and installation of SAG-PM, Software Assurance Guardian Point Man. My name is Joanne Brooks, Chief Operating Officer and co-founder of Reliable Energy Analytics. Dick Brooks, Chief Technical Officer and co-founder of Reliable Energy Analytics, is the designer and developer of SAG-PM. We're glad you chose us and chose SAG-PM, and we're looking forward to having assist you with your cybersecurity and enhancements. This product can be used across various industries, such as the utilities industry, the healthcare industry, the insurance industry, and more. The goal of this particular video is to go through all needed prerequisites and system requirements before you install SAG-PM, and also let you know that a user guide does come along with the product, and you can get customer support at www.reliableenergyanalytics.com. There are additional videos you can look at to help you install SAG-PM and a little bit more about using SAG-PM as well. SAG-PM produces results of the 7-step process to show how safe possibly the software you're looking to download is. You've already done the first steps in acquiring SAG-PM. So now let's talk about the next steps and what else you need to do. The next steps are the receiving of the invoice with your customer ID. And then there are 2 emails. One email with the location of the files to be extracted and your customer ID, and the second email with the password to actually extract the files and additional information to complete the installation of SAG-PM. A few more pieces of information. The computer you're looking to run this on needs to be a Windows 10 Pro Edition computer and needs to have Microsoft SDK. Through this demonstration, we're going to assume that Microsoft SDK is not installed on your computer. And I will tell you that there is information on how you can check that if it is installed in the documentation. Also, one more thing, SAG-PM does not run on Google Chrome, but it does run on Firefox and Microsoft Edge. One more thing, Microsoft SDK is needed before you can install and run SAG-PM. So let me take a minute here and reset and come back and show you how to install Microsoft SDK. Back again. As you see, I just scooted the page up here. We're at the Microsoft site, and it says Windows 10 SDK, because we're looking to install Windows 10 SDK. And we're just going to scroll down a little bit to the getting started, and it says download the installer. This will download to your downloads folder on your computer. So you'll see it says, would you like to save this file? So you click Save File. It's a pretty quick download, and it's a pretty quick process to go through as well. So after we've downloaded Microsoft SDK, we're going to go to our Downloads folder. And we will see that it's right there. And you may have more files. So if you have more files, you'll have to look for it. So you double click on it. And then it asks you where to want to install it. So just install it on the default path that it gives you. Then you click Next, and you click No for anonymous usage of data for Windows 10 kits, and you click Next. Then you license agreement, you click Accept. Now, Microsoft SDK for SAG-PM, we only are going to install 2 features. So I'm going to uncheck the other ones that we don't need. The only 2 we need are MSI tools and Windows SDK signing tools for desktops. So we click Install. It's going to ask you if you want to make the changes to your computer. And so you say yes. And then it's going to say, okay, it's complete. So now we're going to close this window. And now we're going to change some system variables, environment variables, system properties, and so on. So we're going to go to the command prompt to see if it did install correctly. That will give us an indication. And when you do this, you want to make sure you type it exactly like it is in the documentation. So it's dir, lowercase dir, space, / uppercase S, space, / sign tool .exe. and we see that it is installed. So now we're going to grab the path where the files are to edit our system variables and environment variables. And be sure you don't put any extra spaces in there. I speak from experience. A couple times I put in extra spaces and it didn't work when I was doing some testing, and it got all frustrated. So Control C. Then we're going to go to our control panel. And we're going to go to System and Security because we're changing some variables. Then we're going to go to System. Now, this screen may not look like yours. It should, but it may not. So then you click on Advanced System Settings, and it brings us to System Properties. And we'll see that we're at the Advanced page. So we're going to go to Environment Variables. And then we're going to go to System Variables. And we'll go down to Path. And it says, okay, we want to edit these variables. So now we want to add a new variable. So we're going to click New. And notice how it highlights, brings it to the bottom, highlights it. So you can click Control V to paste it. And click OK. 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 And now we're going to basically see if it is runnable. See if it's there and running properly to install SAG-PM. So how we do this is we type in sign tool space /? And this bit of information, sign, timestamp, verify, are pieces from Microsoft SDK showing that it is installed correctly. So now we can say, go to the next step, and you can install my SAG-PM. So I'm going to stop my screen sharing. And I'd just like to take this opportunity to thank you again for choosing Reliable Energy Analytics and SAG-PM. Please feel free to let us know if you have any questions. That's what we're here for. And we look forward to working with you. And please check out the additional videos on how to install it and a little bit more how to use it. Thank you.